one. Paying together or separate? Sorry, never mind. Card or cash? Okay, looks like just joining you back. Looks like Jake's in P7 at the moment. We'll go back to the front. Sorry about that. We had some PC issues and unable to bring you the exciting wet race 2, but we're back in race 3 for a 35 lap. We're watching Jake Elder at the moment going through the field up the front. Scott Nolan in the core drive entry got a just over a 1 second lead ahead of Harrison Tebb, who's got that's Daniel Opedisano right behind him, putting pressure from the back now. Both the Entertainment Park guys in P2 and 3, that's Opedisano and Foster in P4. Harrison getting a great run out of that turn down the back straight. Looks like he's running a shorter diff. Get a good launch out of the corners. It's helped him get up to 6th gear down the end. Oh, and he's held it through there. Got good 4-car battle here. That's top of Jake Elder at the moment. So we go back up now. That's a 4-way up the front. Scott Nolan stretching his legs out the front with a 2-second lead now over Harrison Tebb in P2. Daniel Opposano, Foster, Jake Elder, Chris McLennan. It's back in P7 with the fastest lap of the race. 1 minute flat point 442. Well, Foster and Delaney down the back there. James Delaney having an early issue. Still got Harrison Tebb. The fight's getting stronger back in P3 at the moment. I missed the start, so it looks like James Delaney's asking for a drive-through. I'm not too sure what that's about, as I did miss it, unfortunately. We've got Foster and Jake Elder side by side, fighting for P3 at the moment. Like James Delaney's eventually retired from the race, not happy about the start at race 3, 35 laps, we're 6 laps down. Looks like, well, I've got Opposano on the back of Harrison Tebb. We can see him trying everything. He knows it's costing him time to catch Scott Nolan out front with a 2.5 second lead now after 6 laps. There he goes up the inside. Got Harrison trying to cut back in through the hairpin. We've got Thomas Foster sitting back there waiting for something to happen. Scott Nolan out the front by himself, 2.5 seconds up the road. It's a 35 lapper, so we know we're gonna see some pit stops later on. Looks like Harrison's in an Entertainment Park sandwich here, and that's bringing the rest of the field back up closer to the front of the field. Got Foster, Elder, Scott Flack and Chris McLennan all charging to the front. Harrison Tebb still on the back there. Oh, just gave him a slight nudge. That's okay. This is V8s. Looks like we're creeping up to the back of Scott Nolan now that the gates have opened a bit, and he's brought the rest of the field with him. So either Scott Nolan's looking at his front left going, I better start looking after them, and he's starting his lap times are dropping off a bit, but he's still on par with Opposano and Tebb. As you can see, the gap closing now. We're on board with Opposano. Up the road is Scott Nolan. That's the gap there. We can visually see that it's down to 1.3 seconds now. But we've now got the whole field waiting. Got Jake Elder and Scott Flack battling out again. It's a great battle up for P2 at the moment. Looks like Harrison's on the softs. They might be helping him in this one as the others are on hards. But he might be doing the short run, and that's what's keeping him up the top end. And then when he switches to hards, he might have a clean track to get back up the front. That's Chris McLennan back in P7 at the moment. Our drivers from New Zealand have had to go to bed, so they've missed the last race. Starting to turn into a decent race now. They're all grouped together, battling it at the front end. Opposano just locking up the inside, trying to get it straightened up for the curb. You can see Foster also locking up a bit there. Harrison Tebb still holding down P3 with the softs on, and here comes Thomas Foster. Come around the outside, gets the job done. Oh, Harrison right back up the bumper, giving him a serve. We love this shot behind the bumper of Thomas Foster at the moment. You watch him trying to cut back on the inside here. Does he get a good enough launch out of the corner? Not enough. As we see Scott Black just getting ahead of Jake Elder there and Chris McLennan. Looks like the clouds have cleared from race 2 and it's back to a bright sunny day. Chris McLennan now getting on the back of Jake Elder. Eventually down to third gear, getting the launch out for the back straight. So it's a good battle for 3. Then we've got another battle for 3 up the front. Oh, Harrison just overshooting that. And he's collected the back of Foster, and that's caused a pendulum effect with everyone else coming off. Harrison's trying to wait back. You can see him on track there now, giving back the spots that he caused the accident, so he's got to yield and retrace the position, but that doesn't help him. There's a few other guys have now made their way up. Scott Flack, the biggest improver there, moving up into P3 at the moment, with Chris McLennan close behind him. Okay, we've got to get Scott Nolan some airtime up the front. He's doing a great job. 13 of 35 laps down, he's still in P1. Be good to see what his tyre wear is like at the moment. We know he's on the hard compound, so he should be stretching this out to at least lap 20. Maximise the tyres before these pit stop, whether he needs a pit stop or not, but he's got Daniel Bassano charging up from behind. Got Scott Flack down in P3 all by himself, so Chris McLennan a couple of seconds back now. Timesheets are showing 6 seconds, 5.5 seconds. Jake Elder after that spin on the back of the Harrison Tebb tap of Thomas Foster. Foster making his way back up to P6 at the moment, and he's got Harrison Tebb right behind him. Peter Foster rounding out the lap 14 now. Beautiful livery in the mobile Peter Brock. And James Delaney had a drive-through jump the start, and unfortunately he's retired from the race, finishing in P10. P9 I should say. Back up the front, Scott Nolan, Opposano within half a second behind him. Just clipping the grass there on the little runoff there. You definitely need to use all the track to maximise your top end speed as we break into turn 3, 4, and Opposano trying to get back up on the inside there. You can see Scott getting nervous, but he's getting used to these cars. This is I think the first race with us in the V8s. I think he joined us for GT3s last week, and tonight he's racing with us in the V8s, doing a great job. Definitely showing great racecraft with us, which is good to see. We like to invite more drivers to join us. A few people have called up to say they can't make it. It's a great battle now, ensuing 0.2 of a second gap, 20 laps to go. Are we going to see one of these come in for another set of hards and undercut the other driver just to get some clean space on track? Because they've now gapped the field. Scott Flack another 6 seconds behind these two. Just go through the field again. There he is. Chris McLennan coming into the onto the back straight. Jake Elder just about to make his turn, but he's got Thomas Foster closing in behind him as well, and he's bringing Harrison Tebb with him. Harrison's doing a good job staying with Tom Foster at the moment. He's definitely making those that soft compound last a lot longer as we go back up the front. You can hear him just drop the gear down, get the ratio smaller to get round that curb. See the tyres aren't giving him the grip anymore, so he's depending on the mechanical grip of the diff. Really hitting his lines quite nice and smooth through there. Getting down into second gear as he tries to launch it out. Get up to 6th gear early and try not to peak the gear ratio, otherwise he knows he's losing speed as he gets into the braking zone down to 2nd gear, where they drop down to 1st to get that next left-hander. Love this shot behind. Watching Opposano showing us his grill and his sponsorship on the bonnet, Entertainment Park. Teammate of Thomas Foster back in P6, unfortunately after that little love tap. Just over halfway now, so the guys are due for a pit stop anytime soon, I'd imagine. It's mainly the front lefts that are going to burn out first. Oh, Nolan just locking it up there, running wide, but he's brought it back in to maintain P1 ahead of Opedisano, 0.3 behind him, coming into the hairpin now. Down to 5th gear, trying to hug that inside curb, get on the full gas earlier. Again, down in turn 1. Opedisano going up the inside now. He's got to get tucked back in and see how deep Scott Nolan trying to force a mistake here. Scott's definitely not collapsing under pressure. The CSR guys definitely know how to put pressure on and force the mistake from the driver in front. Make the job easier. There was a bit of space on the inside, but you can see they're both on hards. It's getting to the end of life for these tyres, so watch for a pit stop soon. Unfortunately at Pukekohe it is quite a long pit stop, so you are sacrificing a lot of time to come through pit lane. We're on the bonnet of Daniel Opedisano now on the tail of Scott Nolan. We can see him tucking in. Will he dive out under brakes? Scott just cheating, flirting with danger with the track limits there. So go around the hairpin. Opedisano trying to get on the gas early, get on the inside, get a better run. And there he goes. That's Nolan into the pits now, leaving Opedisano to take the lead at the moment. Take us into lap 20 of 50. I did call it for lap 20. We'll see when the other guys start to pit as well. So we'll see the order start to shuffle as Scott Nolan's coming through that very slow pit lane. Got Jake Elder moving up into P3. That's Thomas Foster just behind him. See if anyone else has come in. Scott seems to be the only one coming in the pits. I'm not too sure if the other guys are, maybe they're stretching it out so they can go to the softs and go to the end of the race. We've got 14 laps to go now. Oh no, that's the pit exit. Hopefully he hasn't received a pit lane penalty. This is a very tricky one. Easy to get a penalty coming out of the pits there, but he's done well. So here he joins in P4 at the moment. So I've got Opedisano. Oh, look at this. Oh, Scott Flack right up the bumper. Oh, that's McLennan trying to go up the inside now. Look at this battle. That's McLennan on the inside of Scott Flack. Side by side. Oh, Flack getting that one, but I think the next corner is going to go to Chris McLennan. Oh, as he drives on the inside. Will Scott do the over-under? Oh, and that's Opedisano driving into pit lane from the lead, so that leaves the track open for Thomas Foster now. This is Harrison Tebb scoring another pit lane penalty I'm sure, as he tries to come in for softs. Not too sure if he knows that the pit entry starts way back, but he's got to come through pit lane again, serve that either a drive-through or a stop and go, as we're watching Foster out in front. That's Foster on driver cam there. Mr. I've called him a lot of names. Captain Tricep, Mr. Cool, Chug-a-Lug, but he's always up the front doing great for Entertainment Park, CSR Holden. Chris McLennan posting the fastest lap of the race with a 59.923. That's probably because he's coming for the stops. We'll see who hasn't stopped. So the grid showing that Foster's the last one to actually pit. Whether he will pit for this race, we can see Harrison Tebb coming into pit lane to serve his penalty. So Foster's only got nine laps to go. Maybe he'll come in for a set of softs and just try and smash the field and stretch it out. Got Scott Nolan still back in P2. It's Jake Elder coming through pit lane, and as we're watching Scott Nolan coming in for that undercut, you saw him coming in the pits early, and that's really helped him get back in front of Opedasano. But he's got 10 laps to defend this hard. We'll see what the tyre compounds that they've chosen after the pit stop. So we've got Opedasano and Nolan on hard still, so they're ready to just smash these tyres to the end of the race. McLennan, the only one on softs, and that's a good reason why he's got fastest lap of the race so far with a 59.9. As we're watching Opedasano go up the inside of Scott Nolan, who's going to brake later. Oh, Scott Nolan definitely braking a lot harder. Will he maintain the inside for the next turn? No, he won't. So he's dropped back into P3. And we've got Jake Elder coming up behind. He's had two solid fourth place finishes. Actually, I can see Jake Elder's actually a lap down, so he's currently lapping in P7. So it's the two Entertainment Park boys up front. Scott Nolan, Chris McLennan in P4. He is 28 seconds off. So the field's splitting a bit. We need to see, well, we don't need to see, we'll definitely see if Foster's going to come in for a set of tyres. He's down to a 19-second deficit from Opedasano. That's a lot longer than what a pit stop would be, so hopefully he's doing his best to stay out in front. So we've got Peter Foster currently in P6. He's had a couple of good results tonight as well. If he stays like this, he'll be pretty consistent in P6, which is not too bad. Back in P7, Peter Foster's coming onto the main straight now, so that's no real threat to Peter Foster at the moment, but there is 8 laps to go and anything can happen in that time. As Jake in P7 and Harrison Tebb, who we saw was holding the front of the holding onto the front of pack quite well, but unfortunately that pit lane penalties really cost him. Okay, gap to the lead for Opedisano is down to 16 seconds, and he's currently lapping in the 1 minute while Foster's lapping in a 1:03. With 8 laps to go, he's going to lose the lead with about 2 laps to go. I'm sure he's trying, but with that deficit per lap, he's not going to make it. So it'll be keep your eyes peeled on that one. Scott Nolan doing a fantastic job on this race. In P3, he's got 23 seconds ahead of Chris McLennan in P4. Actually, that's Chris McLennan right behind him. So that deficit's down to 3 seconds now. Chris is currently leading the championship at the moment, and he hasn't had the best of races tonight, so we'll see how that affects him in the championship. Make sure you stay tuned in a couple of weeks' time as we go to Bathurst for round 7 of the V8 Championship here at Racecentre, located here at Entertainment Park in Bankstown. Scott Nolan on the tail of Jake Elder now. And we just saw Scott Nolan take the position. We can see him in the windscreen of Jake's inside car cam, driver cam, down the main straight, and he's got Chris McLennan right behind him, but this isn't the position. Great view to see the other cars and what the drivers actually see and how they race. We can see that Jake Elder's definitely using a full V8 sequential from Simworks. It's a 1:1 scale V8 shifter, very tactile feel, and it's on a full motion Simworks V2 machine. So if you haven't seen them, make sure you check them out as well. Back to screen, Jake's probably getting the blue flag, which he is. So he's got to let Chris by us pretty soon. He'll probably do that down the main straight, so he doesn't give away too much time, but he doesn't want to give Chris too much an advantage. Jake can't hold that blue flag behind him for too much longer. There he goes down the back straight. Letting McLennan through to try and tap on the back of Scott Nolan for the last 5 laps of the race. Thomas Foster actually improving a bit now. He's lapping in the 1:02s when Daniel's still lapping in the 1 minute flats. With the gap down to 11 seconds now with 5 laps to go. He could actually hold out on this race, but this is the closest battle on track so far. Got Scott Flack just coming on the back straight now, so if anything happens between these two, Scott Flack's there to clean up and take another positions. You can see them up the road. Peter Foster just coming in to his approach to the back straight, and Jake Elder, Harrison Tebb got the leader behind him. So we'll go back to Chris McLennan. Back marker up front, and he's gotten in the way. He's tried to get out of the way at the bad part of the circuit, and Scott Nolan's just tripped over the back of Foster there. And that's let Chris McLennan through for P3. Unfortunate spot there, but that sometimes happens. enjoying watching this race, make sure you check out our full-length Bathurst race on the 28th of November. It's going to be a full 161 lap race including co-drivers, so that's going to be a huge broadcast. Very successful race last year where the winners Oppitasano and teammates Oppitasano and Foster won it by 0.3 of a second after 161 grueling laps, though pretty chuffed. So we're getting a lot more prizes this year, including watches from Jury on James and Logitech and Red Bull, also from Comcoin as well. So check it out, get in touch with us if you want to get on board, bring a co-driver. It is a 2-driver event, as Jake's squeezing up to the back of Scott Nolan there. And we've got plenty of full motion sims here for you to race with. Come and join the action, as we'll be streaming live via Race Stars TV. Luke Lucas at Race Stars TV doing another great coverage for us. Okay, battle for the leads now down to 7 seconds. It's 2 to 3 laps to go, and the deficit was only 2 seconds, so not even, just under 2 seconds. So it looks like, and that was Oppitasano we saw flashing in the background, so looks like Foster's just got to keep his eyes on the rear view mirror, but I'd say he's done enough to stay out there and take the check it in P1. He is taking it easy. You can see the speed is not that fast, only 200 k's as he exits the turn onto the main straight. Now he's in a straight line, he can afford to squirt it, but he's going to have to back off early and just coast it around. This might, we might see Oppitasano get up right up behind him for the last lap, because this isn't easy, but Pukekohe is such a short circuit, you can probably afford to do it. But again, it's very punishing on the front lefts. So that'll be the only deciding factor there, is how much Thomas has looked after his front left tyre. Pit stops aren't really compulsory, but with the race formats and the way they work, generally it sort of brings the two together. If you decide to use the one set for the whole race, then you're sacrificing a lot of speed towards the end, as opposed to other drivers that have come into pit for their tyres and making up that 30-second deficit that you lose coming through pit lane. You see Oppitasano chose for the hards, which is a bit of a surprise. I thought he might have gone the softs, but with the hards he just lapped in a 101 and Foster was a 103, so needs to gain more if he's going to fight for the lead. But this is the last lap, and that's the gap there down the back straight. Chris McClellan just coming onto the back straight at the moment, as we can see Scott Nolan behind him, but we'll follow Oppitasano as he comes around not Oppitasano, sorry, Thomas Foster this time. Got to give credit to him. Oppitasano's had a couple of wins tonight, and this will be Thomas Foster coming around to take his win for the round. Entertainment Park 1-2 again, CSR Racing, Clean Skin Racing doing it again. Oppitasano's happy, and that's Foster, Oppitasano. That's McLennan coming across for P3. Well done to them. And that's Scott Nolan crossing the line for P4. Scott Flack crossing in P5. Jake Elder has already crossed the line. He'll take P6. That leaves Peter Foster to take P7. And Harrison Tebb has already crossed the line for P8. So that concludes the race. They all pile up down the back straight. Okay, so race results. Thomas Foster finishing in 1 ahead of his teammate Daniel Opedasano, P2. Chris McLennan salvaging a decent race, finishing in P3. Had to work hard to catch the very quick Scott Nolan. Behind him in P5 is Scott Flack. Jake Elder in P6. Peter Foster in P7. Harrison Tebb unfortunately copping a pit lane penalty, costing him a lot of time, over a full minute I'd say. And James Delaney retiring early from a penalty earlier on in the race, jumping the start. So make sure you tune in with us again. The next round is in 2 weeks' time at Mount Panorama. That one's going to be probably a 1 race enduro. And make sure you tune in, or if you want to join us, make sure you call us on 0481 337 223 and book your seat for the next round. Heaps of fun, as you could see. Harrison burning up his tyres before he brings it back to the sheds. So congratulations to the drivers, and sorry about the interruption halfway through the stream, but hopefully we'll get all that all sorted for the next round. That concludes the racing for tonight. Hopefully you can tune in for the next round. Until then, we'll see you then.